What shocking truth lies behind the walls of Korea's most beloved celebrity household? The world is buzzing as Hyun Bin and son Yejin break their silence with an unexpected statement about their son, Alkong, one that no one saw coming. Hidden Korea invites you to dive beneath the surface and uncover the story behind this surprising revelation. Let's explore it right now. When South Korean power couple Hyun Bin and son Yejin first announced the birth of their son, Alkong, in late 2022, the world rejoiced. Their love story, which blossomed on screen in the drama Crash Landing on You and then in real life, captivated millions of fans across the globe. Since then, the couple has been known for keeping their personal life relatively private. That is, until now. In a rare and deeply personal interview published last week in a leading Korean lifestyle magazine, Hyun Bin and son Yejin shared an unexpected and revealing statement about their son's upbringing. Their candid reflections on parenting, education, and the kind of future they envision for Alkong have not only surprised fans, but have sparked wide conversation about modern parenting philosophies in Korea and beyond. So what exactly did they reveal? Embracing the Monttoauri Method, son Yejin, known for her grace and emotional depth on screen, spoke openly about the decision to raise Alkong using the Monttoauri Method. "We didn't come to this decision lightly," she shared. "As new parents, we did a lot of research. We asked ourselves, what kind of person do we hope Alkong will become? What values do we want him to grow up with?" The Montessori approach resonated with us deeply. The Montessori method, developed by Italian physician and educator Maria Montessori, emphasizes independence, freedom within limits, and respect for a child's natural psychological development. For Hyun Bin and son Yejin, it wasn't just an educational philosophy, it was a way of life. Reimagining the home. "We redesigned parts of our home to accommodate his learning and play," Hyun Bin revealed, adding that they worked closely with child development experts to create a Montessori-inspired environment. Instead of brightly colored plastic toys and loud electronic gadgets, Alkong's playroom features wooden tools, low shelves filled with hands-on learning materials, and child-sized furniture that encourages autonomy. He chooses his own activities, whether it's pouring water between cups or working with blocks, son Yejin explained. "We guide him, but we don't interfere." A celebrity's perspective on parenthood. Being one of the most famous couples in Asia, Hyun Bin and son Yejin are no strangers to pressure and public scrutiny. But they made it clear that when it comes to parenting, they are just like everyone else, learning as they go, making mistakes, and growing together with their child. "There are moments when we question ourselves," Hyun Bin said candidly. "Are we doing the right thing? Are we being too lenient or too strict?" But then we see how Alkong responds, his curiosity, his confidence, and it reassures us. Both also spoke about the emotional adjustments they've made as parents. Son Yejin shared how her world has shifted since giving birth. "I used to be driven by roles and scripts. Now, I find meaning in the smallest things, like watching Alkong figure out how to button his shirt, or the way he hugs me after waking up." Cultural expectations versus individual growth. South Korea is known for its competitive education system, where children often begin formal academic training at a very young age. But Hyun Bin and son Yejin are choosing a different path. "We don't want him to feel that life is a race," said Hyun Bin. "We want him to enjoy learning. See it as something joyful, not burdensome." Views have sparked mixed reactions online. Many fans praised their approach. Some questioned whether such philosophies could realistically prepare a child for the rigor of Korean society. But son Yejin remained firm. "We're not saying this is the best or only way. It's simply what we believe is right for our child." Building emotional intelligence. In addition to academic development, places a strong emphasis on emotional growth. They shared how they help Alkong label his feelings, practice empathy, and manage frustration. "If he cries or gets upset, we don't tell him to stop," son Yejin explained. "Instead, we ask, are you feeling sad? Angry? Can you show us what you need?" According to child psychologists, kind of emotional coaching can have profound effects on a child's confidence and social skills later in life. Hyun Bin, a father's devotion. Fans were particularly touched by Hyun Bin's role as a hands-on father. Known for his cool and stoic characters on screen, he revealed a much softer side in the interview. "Every morning, I make it a point to have breakfast with him," Hyun Bin said. "Sometimes it's just 5 minutes, but it matters. I want him to know I'm here." He also spoke about putting his career on a brief hold to focus on fatherhood. "I've stepped back from some projects this year. I want to be present. These early years are too important." This unexpected revelation from one of Korea's top actors added another layer of admiration from fans and peers alike. Raising a child in the public eye is no small feat. For Hyun Bin and son Ye-jin, maintaining a balance between public admiration and private parenting has been both a challenge and a priority. "There are so many eyes on us all the time," son Ye-jin shared. "We appreciate the love. We also fiercely protect Alkong's space." While the couple has shared glimpses of their parenting journey, they remain intentional about keeping Alkong out of the limelight. No public photos of their child have been released, and they have politely requested that fans and paparazzi respect his privacy. "We want him to grow up knowing who he is first, not who the world wants him to be," Hyun Bin said. Designing a purposeful future. One of the more surprising elements of their statement was the clear vision they both hold for their son's future. But it wasn't about choosing a career path or mapping out academic milestones. Instead, it focused on cultivating values. "We talk a lot about who Alkong is becoming," and Ye-jin explained. "Is he kind? Is he curious? Does he care about the people around him? That's more important to us than any achievement," Hyun Bin added. "We believe that if we raise him to be self-aware, responsible, and empathetic, everything else will fall into place." Breaking traditional roles. Their parenting style also reflects a more egalitarian dynamic at home. Hyun Bin has taken on roles that in traditional Korean households might be considered the mother's domain. "I change diapers, I do bedtime," he said with a smile. "It's not about helping my wife, it's about being a parent." Equal partnership has inspired many young families in Korea, particularly as the country grapples with evolving gender roles and work-life balance expectations. The long view, global citizenship. In a surprising twist, the couple revealed they are also preparing Alkong to become a global citizen. While they are deeply rooted in Korean culture and traditions, they want their son to grow up with a sense of connection to the wider world. "We speak to him in Korean, of course, but we're also introducing English early on," son Ye-jin said. "Not because we want him to be competitive, but because we want him to feel at home wherever he goes." They have plans to travel as a family and possibly live abroad temporarily when Alkong is older. "Exposure is education," Hyun Bin explained. "The world has so much to offer beyond borders." A message to other parents. Perhaps the most powerful moment in the interview came when the couple addressed fellow parents. "You don't have to be perfect to raise a good child," son Ye-jin said. "You just have to be present." Hyun Bin added, "Parenting isn't about control, it's about connection. Listen more. Judge less." Their words struck a chord, not just because of who they are, but because of the sincerity with which they were spoken. In a world filled with curated social media images and unrealistic expectations, their authenticity was a breath of fresh air. Final thoughts. As the interview drew to a close, the couple held hands, smiling quietly. It was clear that this was more than a publicity piece. It was a love letter to their son, and a statement of hope to all families navigating the unknowns of parenting. "We don't know what the future holds," son Ye-jin said, "but we do know this: we will walk every step with him, hand in hand." And with that, Hyun Bin gently added, "Because at the end of the day, that's what matters."